Good afternoon. I'm Javier Orlaza, Guidance Service Specialist for the Multicultural Department here at Palm Beach School District. Today, I would like to present to you some information regarding this wonderful, awesome book titled Students with Interrupted Formal Education. And it's our purpose and our goal today for you to be able to gain some understanding on students who have formal education interrupted. Therefore, allow me to share with you an important slide that will give you an opportunity to be able to understand the students that we are learning and receiving today. So SIFE. What does SIFE mean? SIFE means Students with Interrupted Formal Education. The highest percentage of SIFE in the United States are students from Central America and the Caribbean. Refugees are, we have students from Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. And the other group is kind of our smaller group. I just want you to keep in mind that our SIFE students counts of 10 to 20% of the ESOL population. Therefore, the purpose of the book is not to say that every ESOL students are SIFE. However, it's a low percentage. So the smaller groups composed of immigrant children from countries where their schools were poorly equipped, teachers inadequately trained, and where schools were not accessible due to geography, economics, or religion. So what are the characteristics of a SIFE student? They are overage for their grade level placement, and they have very limited, low literacy skills in their first language. They are also isolated from the mainstream students. And the approach that they will need and the materials that they will need, it's important that they are being used appropriately so they can compete with the mainstream students. Other item that I would like to discuss today is that there are in risk of failing or dropping out in traditional academic programs. They also are a lack of motivation. They are responsible to meet the needs of their families, like pay the rent, buy some food, and buy some clothes. And according to the national research, 70% of SIFE students in high school drop out. So students with this background often need their emotional, psychological, and physiological needs to be met before they are able to engage fully in the education system. So here's a list of supports recommended for secondary newcomers. We need to build an environment that responds to the immediate needs of our SIFE students. We need to create a structure that supports linguistic and academic development. Newcomers center to ease transition. Just here at Palm Beach County Schools, we have a welcome center. Here at the Welcome Center, we provide a lot of support for our students. So it's important that if you are a newcomer to Palm Beach County, the Welcome Center is here to help all the families. Flexible scheduling to reflect real needs and obligations. Use full resources of the community. So we work together with many counselors and regular counselors, just providing them the resources in our community. So families who may need some medical support, we are able to provide that support. So our ESOL counselors are very important in supporting our SIFE students. And that's why you're there. So what are other recommendations that we can provide for our newcomers? We need to introduce classroom routines slowly. Our students need a lot of repetitions. We need to introduce vocabulary and new concept, both in print and visually. I have gone to classrooms where when you visit the classroom, you are able to see a computer, and it's written in 3 languages: computer, computadora, compute, different languages. And a class buddy. A class buddy is so important because they may speak their language, they feel comfortable, and there's a lot of techniques that our multicultural department provides additional training for teachers to be able to work with our newcomers. So as you're working in your local schools, it's important that you are able to identify our SIFE student by using the programmatic assessment and academic placement review. So how do we complete this? This portion right here of the programmatic assessment, that's the form number 1764, needs to be filled out by a staff member at the time of registration through an oral interview with the parent or guardian. And here is where the important questions help you understand where is the student coming from, how long they've been in the school, and if they brought any transcripts or report cards that can help you to appropriately place this child or student in the correct grade. Then high school counselor can also just make a note that they received the transcripts and also evaluated the transcript. The last portion is very important. Here's where the coordinator, ESOL coordinator, will sign. However, there's an important piece that can be used to inform the person who are reading the programmatic assessment that if you're interviewing the family, it's important to write gaps in their education or schooling experience outside of the United States and include dates. We want to know how long this child has been out from the school. So their limited form that we may find is that as the grade level increases, their challenges increases as well. Maybe they have spent too much time in a refugee camp. Maybe they never held a pencil or a scissor in their country. They lack understanding of school repertory. For example, sometimes you may see a student who's not eating lunch. Maybe they don't have a lot of experience on how to open a milk carton, or maybe how to use the straw, or maybe how to ask for a meal that they would like to eat. Or maybe during physical education, they may not know the process of that they have to change their clothes to be able to go and participate in their PE classes. Therefore, they're going to need a lot of guidance. Teachers consider introducing newcomers to classroom routines slowly. And as I said earlier, we need to repeat and pair the newcomer with another student. And teachers, I would encourage you to modify lesson. And to be able to do that, we have our multicultural department that can provide you support with that as well. So here in the United States, this is the we have from different countries, from the Caribbean, Central and South America. From Mexico, we have at least 35 million. From Puerto Rico, we have 5 million people here in the United States. Well, Puerto Rico, there's only 3 million in their beautiful island. El Salvador, we have 2 million. Cuba, we have 2 million. Dominican Republic, almost 2 million as well. From Guatemala here in the United States, we have 1,324,000. And from Haiti, we have at least 616. Well, here in Palm Beach County, you know that our Haitian families, we have a large amount of families that we can support and help here in this county. Why are the Caribbean and Central and South America States? Well, they want to reunify with their families. Natural disasters, the push factor. They are being pushed because of the war, economy, political issues that are arising in their country. Pull factor. Well, they have family over here that they want to be with, or the economy is so poor in their country and they find the United States as a safe place economically. So think about a classroom that you love to visit here in the United States, a classroom where the AC is turned on, where the lighting feels comfortable, where you have a computer, pencil, all the materials. Now, let's look at the school in one of these countries. Imagine poor education system. They do not have enough to provide for their education needs for the students who are arriving. So typical issues we may find with our SIFE students, and sometimes it happens with our regular with our ESOL population, and it's attendance. We're always calling families. Even our team, we spend hours calling families just to educate them about attendance. And one of the reasons why they miss school a lot is because they have to babysit their little brother or sister. They feel that they're not well prepared for secondary education in the United States. And they feel that they already completed school in their country, because many of our families, when they come, they have sixth grade experience. In some countries, you can go up to ninth grade and you don't have to attend school anymore. And as I said earlier, the lack of motivation. And it's a culture shock. I mean, even here in Florida, we have people from diverse backgrounds, and they find lots of diversity. And it's different when we come to the United States, and the frustration that they may experience when they come here to our public schools. Another reason for the attendance is the need of money. They need to support their families. So many of our students choose to go to school full-time plus work full-time. We have even one of our staff members who came to the United States. He was able to go when he was enrolled in high school. He went full-time to high school and worked during the night, and bright and early he was in school. And guess what? All his effort paid off. Traumas that they may experience: war, rape, violence, death, family separation, and also abandonment. So what is a refugee? Well, a refugee is someone who, because of a fear of being persecuted for any or the following reason, because of their religion, race, nationality, membership in a particular social group, a political opinion, is outside the country of their nationality and cannot return to their country. So it's important to keep that in mind. So what type of services do refugees' children require upon arrival? School socialization, academics, social needs, mental and physical health. So let's talk a little bit about resiliency. So resilience refers to the capacity of an individual or a community to cope with distress, overcome adversity, or adapt positively to changes. So providing social and emotional support for our students, we need to keep in mind that ELL students went through acute changes in their lives. The stress that they have gone through blocks their ability to learn, and the emotional or physical traumas experienced by our ELL students and families affect their cognitive, social, emotional, and both first and second language development. So what can we do to build resiliency in our children? Well, what can school do? Well, create a safe and welcoming environment. Develop relationship with students and provide an opportunity for sharing of successes and as well their concerns. Use 3 approaches to build resiliency. And these are 3 important things that we can use. the I have, the I am, and the I can. So let's talk about the I have. Help students understand the resources and the support that are available to them and their families, so we can provide that sense of security. So what do they have? What do you have here in our school that can support and help you? So the I haves can be, I have people around me who care about me. I have people that model appropriate behavior. Oh, they want me to learn and do things on my own. But many times our students find it a little difficult, so they need the support from our staff members. The I have for our parents is the obstacle that they find, is the barriers of communicating with someone at the local school. So the language barrier is a number one. And the other one is trust. So it's important to build trust with our families and make them feel welcome. That's why we have community language facilitators to support our families. Also, at the local school, you can provide family workshops. So to provide them some information about the school, emphasize the positives about the possibility of learning. So the I am, work with your students so they can understand, who am I? Why am I here? What I have to learn, and do a therapeutic event with writing a journal. And after we have worked with them with the I have and I am, then we can go on with the I can. Discover the ways to share their feelings. Many of them come with trauma. They need to find ways who they can go. Who do I have that I can talk to when I feel stressed out? Who can I speak to when I feel that this is going to be so difficult? Our children needs to know who they can be able to go when they're having a conflict with someone else, or they having a problem with their academics. And we need to help them feel comfortable in their community to be able to share with someone they trust. Therefore, we know that you at your local school, you are the professional. You have a caring heart, you are a good listener, you're patient, you are a teacher, you are helpful, non-judgmental, and you create an environment that support our students. So if you have any questions, feel free to call us here at the Welcome Center. My name is Javier Ortolaza, Guidance Service Specialist, and my number and my email is here on the screen, or you can call Ricardo Pino. Ricardo Pino also supports with the training and providing teachers and counselors with the information regarding SIFE. So feel free to give us a call. So we're very thankful that you have been able to take the time and be with us to talk about SIFE. So if you have any questions, email me, and that's why we're here at the Welcome Center, to provide support for our families. Thank you and have a great day.